All right, let's play some Tron. This is I think I'm mulliganing this hand. 'Cause this Yellow Short is or the Scion is basically mulligan anyways, and it's just a bunch of mana after that. I mean, I guess this is better in the sense that yeah, this is good. Um, it has a turn three win. I mean, I'm sorry, a turn three gifts ungiven, which leads to a turn four win a lot of times. That said, we have to draw a land to make that happen. No, I guess we don't actually. We have four untapped mana as it is right now. Ah, okay, he's playing some sort of Grixis list, I would assume. Delver, Bedlam Reveler. Definitely a thing these days. Bedlam Reveler is the truth, I was on record as calling it. We're going to play this, it's fine. See if we resolve this. I would not be surprised if this runs into a mana leak. If it does, it does, I guess. It doesn't seem that relevant in the long run. Spell, okay, it's just going to resolve, sweet. Alright, so we're under no pressure yet, and we have the gifts and given set up next turn. I guess against him, I would get Iona and name Black. Yeah, I just get Sundering Titan and wreck his lands. Oh no. What a blowout. I guess we pitch the explosives. I don't want to, but we have to have the four lands, so. I mean, we have the path to kill something. Ah, what a draw. Come on. There's like four cards in the deck I don't want to draw, and I just always draw them. That's how it goes, of course. Alright, so he's up to four lands. Probably just giving us more things we can wreck with this Sundering Titan we're going to get in the world in which we resolve it, which I don't feel very likely we're going to resolve this because I'm given at the end of his turn. But we're going to give it a shot. Maybe he'll tap out. I mean, he's got to play Threat at some point. I'm sure that Threat will cost more than one mana, right? It's not going to cost more than one mana. I mean, I guess you just have to call his bluff, right? Like, oh my gosh. Woo! That's why I call the. That's why I call the bluff. What just happened? He has five cards in hand, and none of them are creatures, and none of them are counter spells. And we just get to resolve it. I mean, he doesn't even know what we're gonna get, but I mean, yeah, I would have gone swamp, mountain, uh, island, Sundering Titan. That's why you call the bluff, man. I thought for sure that was gonna get countered. We were gonna be here all day, like. But apparently not. We're just gonna get there. Now I guarantee there's gonna be some counter spells coming in here. But I like our sideboard playing quite a bit here. Just bringing in at least some amount of these things. Explosives and condescending. We definitely don't want the repeal. I don't think. The Iona's fine. The Elishorn's probably fine. Like we don't actually know if he's got young pyromancers or delvers or anything like that. The walls seem pretty bad though. Maybe probably don't need that. The rest of this is good. We still have to make a lot of cuts here, so I think the explosive go. We're just all in on the Wrath plan, I think. The condescends are probably fine, mediocre. All three of these seemed good. So there's that. Maybe we don't need all these things. Maybe a couple negates is fine. A couple relics. Still gotta cut something. Got a map. It's kind of filler. The important thing is we get the Thought Knots in here. And I think the relics are good. I mean, it's clearly playing Delve creatures, so that's a bunch of mana. Is that Tron? Yeah, that's Tron. I'll keep it. I mean, it is. It is. I mean, it's a Tron hand. One threat in Tron lands, but this is not sort of the hand this deck typically wants. However, we get the Smoldering Titan payoff, Sundering Titan payoff. It is a Delver, so all right, fair enough. So maybe we should not. I mean, it was hard to know if he had Delvers or not. Like, could have easily been a Grixis control deck for all we know, and only been playing, like Tassigurs and Gurmag Anglers, and then the at that point, the engineered explosives is just embarrassing. So there's that. We can go ahead and play this because we're not casting this because it costs 8 until the next turn anyways, so we may as well. Maybe we get him to burn a counter somehow. Seems unlikely, but apparently not. I accept. Now, I don't have a lot of expectations of resolving the Sundering Titan, but it does start with him burning a Spell Pierce. Well, I guess Spell Pierce wouldn't have affected it anyways, but... Alright, luckily he's not flipping the Delver, which is the biggest skill game of all. Blind flipping Delver, let me tell you. Oh, that's a blowout. I guess we could have played around that. I don't know. I don't know that we're supposed to. I really don't know that we're supposed to there. It just seems silly to play around that. Because we needed to have that mana anyways, so... You know, whatever order we're doing that in, we're still getting Kolaghan's commanded. It just happened to hit our map instead of our signet on the turn after that. I don't know. That's kind of a blowout, but we're just ripping this Day Judgment off the top of the deck. Let's see if it resolves. For those who don't know, I don't think I've mentioned this so far. These snow-covered lands, there's one island, one plains, one snow-covered plains, one snow-covered island. It's so that you can Gifts Ungiven for them in the situation in which you need to, because there's no reason not to. In this case, he attacked us 4 times with the Delver's, well, 3 times with the Delver's Secret, the city never flipped, and then we Day of Judgment ended away 2 of them. He's down 2 cards in hand. Oh. We have to discard? Alright, get out of here, Ghost Quarter. Okay. We still have a lot of life. He's got 3 cards, one of which is a Delver, so he's got 2 unknowns, and we can Gifts. The question is, do we main phase Gifts? I don't think so. The argument is, do we main phase Gifts so he draws a counter, but it's one draw. Do we upkeep Gifts? That might be a better argument. I'm going to stop on my opponent's turn. Thing is, I don't want him to know it's coming. He did not flip his Delver yet again, so that's not. So it doesn't matter. We know that whatever his draw step is, it's not affecting whether or not he can interact with the Gifts Ungiven. So he's missed on 4 flips. This is pretty good. Usually my opponents always flip the Delver like clockwork. If this doesn't resolve, we're still in an okay spot with our hand. Alright, he's got this yuck. He's got the Snapcaster Spell Pierce. Okay. That's too bad. And that is why I wanted to have a Relic of Progenitus in the deck. Path, convenient. Let's go ahead and main phase search. We need to hit lands here. We're going to discard the Sundering Titan. Okay, so we're still in this. We can path the Delver or the Snapcaster, whichever we need to. And then next turn try to Gifts, and probably it might be for Elishnorn at that point, based on this board. Sundering Titan still probably... Sundering Titan hits 3 lands right now. Still no flip on the Delver. We have so much life. Alright, taking 3 here. What is it? Oh, he does have Young Pyromancer in his deck. So Engineering Explosives could be... I mean, we clearly want Engineering Explosives. Alright, well. Okay, that's a land. We will stop on our opponent's upkeep. We can play around Spell Pierce this time. And we probably just go ahead and cast it in his upkeep. Whoa. What's up, Magic Online? So you gonna flip it finally? Oh, it just feels bad. I feel bad for him. Okay, so once again, we know that it is not a spell that will cause him to counter our gifts. Alright, I'm gifting now. Because if he counters it, we need to pass something. We play around Spell Pierce, so it has to be mana. Oh, yeah. Alright, we want Burial Rites, Elishnorn. We take 5, go to 6. He'd have to have 2 Lightning Bolts, which he could have. So maybe I path anyways, because once we have Elishnorn, it doesn't matter. Could get Iona and name red, but we need to kill this board. So it's Elishnorn and Burial Rites. And then we path the Snapcaster. The Snapcaster is the one to have removed from the game entirely, so he can't Kolaghan's command it back. And then, get back a bolt or something, so... If it becomes relevant, that's when we're gone. And it saves us the 2 life, same as hitting the Pyro would. So we go down to 8. And 8 is not 2 bolt range, so that's pretty important. Oh, I thought Not's here. I can't do all of that, but that's alright. We'll get there at some point. The Sundering Titan is so tempting, but at least it would have been earlier in the game. Alright, let's get the Elishnorn in here. Does this deal 2 damage to a player as well? It does, okay. Uh-oh. Oh no. That was not something I considered. I don't think it changed. It was the only thing it could possibly change is what we were pathing. Man. It's really unfortunate. You got me, man. I don't know if there's any way we're going to beat this. We need to rip a verdict off the top or something. It's good to know that's... we're just dead. This cast Kolaghan's command 2, 4, 6, 8. So, I mean, that's not a common sideboard card. So it's good to know that that's what he has, because now we can... For instance, we could have just got the Wraths there. I don't think we were going to beat Snapcaster and Kolaghan's command anyways. Gross. Want the negate. Guess we just... I mean, the relics are... pretty much what we want here. Want the explosive spec in here. Maybe the Titan is just not going to be the better one, but it's the easiest one to cast off a Tron. I just don't want another negate. I really want to negate stuff, though. Get rid of Condescend. Condescend could have saved us in that last game. Get rid of the Condescend, though. It's really slow. Alright, let's try this. We know he has Surgical now. That's pretty important, I think. I guess I keep this. It's not exciting, but we've got some removal. We've got a Thought-Knot Seer. We have some pieces of Tron. We've been all in on the Unbarrow Rights plan. We haven't got to just Tron him yet. If we just Troned out an early Sundering Titan last game, I would have wrecked him. Visions. Okay, so not a turn 1 threat. That's good. Ooh, okay. Oh, I forgot to fetch. Doesn't matter because I don't want to do this anyways. Or do we? Do we just play this for 1 now? Hold up path? I think we just hold it. Because we don't know if there'll be a Pyromancer we have to deal with or if it'll be Delvers or what. And there goes the Delver into the graveyard. Yeah, Jig's up now. Knows what we have. This is a turn 2. He has a turn 2 Gurmag Angler hand. Unfortunately for him, we have Path, though he has no second land. Well, that's unfortunate. Alright, so this we can fetch for whatever we need later. Doesn't matter. Alright, we do nothing, but next time we start raining down the Thought-Knot Seers. What's he got? What's he paying costs for? Is it good? Oh, it's a Tassiger. And I will path it. Now even. I mean, pathing it's whatever. It gives him the land, but we have to path it at some point. I mean, I guess I could have ignored it, but it blocks our Thought-Knots. And we need to cast Thought-Knots this game, so. Let's see what he's got. I bet it's a bunch of really good stuff. Those are very good cards. I guess we have to hit the Young Pyromancer. Because no, we can deal with Young Pyromancer. We can deal with Delver. We can't really deal with both. We can Mana Leak so we can play our next Thought-Knot. But he's got to tap out, so that doesn't matter. I think it might be Surgical. Oh, this is rough. I mean, as we suspected, his hand is all gas. The way this game's going, though, we're going to have Negate up, hopefully, at some point. We can answer the Pyromancer. Like, we're on the beatdown playing this game, so I think that's what we need to keep in mind, is that we are the beatdown. We want to attack him with Thought-Knots. If he taps out to play Pyro, we play Explosives on 0, play another Thought-Knot, and just attack him. On the other hand, if I take the Pyro, he has to either just get beat down from us. Like, Mana Leak doesn't matter because he can't hold it up and do something. Let him take the Pyro. Yeah. Yeah, because we can play Explosives for 0 and deal with it. That's true. However, you know, that ties us up. Like, the Mana Leak doesn't matter. So we're just beating down with Thought-Knot. We're going to play another Thought-Knot. I mean, him ripping that means he can go Delver plus hold up Mana Leak, which is, you know, marginally annoying. But again, he takes a bunch of damage. And we can just probably pass back. Okay. He realizes he doesn't have it. He went ahead and scooped there, but he just basically realized what we did, that he can play Delver there and hold up Mana Leak, but what's he going to do? He falls to 9 from the Thought-Knot. We just don't play the second Thought-Knot into a Mana Leak. We hold up our Negate for whatever he does. Then what's he doing? I mean, he can't race us with that Delver. He has to add to the board, and we took the only thing that could basically give him multiple turns against this, so he stumbled, we punished him. That was a good game. I know it doesn't look like, obviously, he was mana screwed, but it was good in the sense, at least, that Thought-Knot decision was a little deeper than it looked. I mean, it wasn't a great game because his skip was perfectly reasonable, it seemed like, but he was just going to be he wasn't dead here, but he's on such a back foot. If he plays the Delver and passive Mana Leak open, we just hold up Negate, start racing. He has to hit running lands and try to keep adding to the board. So You know, he had that crazy fast Tassiger, so it wasn't like he didn't get to do things this game, you know? So that was, all right, that's a match, so we took it down.